Look, like I said, there's a lot of pressure now. I understand, but this is what I was expecting. I mean, each and every coach, if you don't do well with the team, there'll obviously be pressure. It comes with the job. It comes with what is expected. Um, it's a bit difficult because if there's one thing that we're having a problem with is scoring goals. If we could compare last weekend's game with the previous games, we at least managed to create more, though they still didn't get into the net. Um, does that mean we need to work more on our finishing? Does it take us out of our program? I mean, how we've been doing things? I'm still not sure. I think we need to score a goal, just one, and then others will come. It is not. It won't be easy again. We are playing one of the teams that you could say are on form. They are leading the log, but I still believe even against them, we just need to score one goal, which in my opinion will open the net and maybe bring us luck. Did we play badly against Dinari? Did we play badly against LCS? I think I need to critically again watch both those games and be able to come up with an objective response. Against Matlama, we just need to make sure we don't concede. We need to make sure we get one goal and then see where it will take us. I mean, um, it's not easy. It's not easy, like I'm saying, but it's still not too. It's still not too late. I think we are. I'm unable to say on the right track because we are not getting anything, but it's not very bad. Let's see if we can. Let's see what happens in our next two games. First of all, I think I need to stay strong. The boys need to see confidence in me. It has to start there. If they don't see the confidence, then they'll start doubting a lot of things, and the pressure, the external factors will not help us in a way. It won't be easy, but I think we have seasoned campaigners in the team, players that have at one point gone through patches like this. I don't think it will be that new to them. But what we need to do is to make sure that the youngsters that are just coming in, they need to see the positives. They need to use the negatives as their learning curves. They should they should make sure that whatever went wrong never goes wrong again. So I think the most important thing currently is for them to think and see the confidence in me that I still believe in what I'm doing. I still believe in them. I still believe we are on the right track, and motivate them just to to get that just one goal. I mean, look, to his credit, I mean, we always knew we would have a goal scoring problem when we lost 17 goals last season when we lost Maswabi. But we did everything. We looked everywhere. I mean, you'll remember the additions that we made towards the closure of the transfer window, those that we got at the time, those that were available. I mean, goal scoring in the world has been difficult lately. Teams are more organized in defense. This is why one of the negatives with us is that now we are conceding all of a sudden. I wish we were not conceding. I wish if we were not scoring, then we were not conceding. But it's an issue that we have been discussing for some time, that we need to reinforce that department. He did all he could during the transfer window. We got all those that we could get. But at the same time, I think changing the team every weekend doesn't help us. They say we are not scoring. Of course, if you are not scoring, you'll try to say, let me introduce this. But some of the changes, if they are forced, like, I mean, we had Sidiso, he went for exams, and then Olomu went AWOL. We don't know where he is. We had to introduce the youngster Zanele, who did very well. Because he's available, I think he will give us goals. Tiu got injured against LCS. So if you take a look at the number of strikers that we started the season with, we are only left with one, and who was probably the last on the pecking order. But we need to rely on him. But he's a very good boy. We always knew he had the potential. I still think, and the video showed us that he scored over the weekend. So I mean, he will help us. We don't have to exert pressure on him, but I just hope the pressure only comes to me. I'll be happy to absorb the pressure instead of anyone taking it to the players.
I don't know. I don't really keep it in my head when we have bad starts. It's a difficult start, but I mean, you go through. I mean, we've been through patches before where we've lost games in a row. I think, you know, if you take it in isolation, it happens in football. It's just that this has happened earlier on in the season rather than later on in the season. Also, I mean, what people forget, I guess, because of 3 defeats in a row, is that that's probably turned these draws that we had early in the season, actually good draws against top teams, make them look not as good as they probably were at the time. But you know, sometimes I think it's better to have this bad run earlier in the season and look to address it. So it's not something we're particularly worried about at the moment. We know this is a long-term project with a new coach, a young coach, a very good young coach, very good young players. So we know we're gonna this sort of thing's gonna happen. Just to go back to your question just now, and to add to what Bob said, we, you know, like Bob said, we tried everything we could to bring in a goal scorer this season. We always knew replacing Maswabi was going to be difficult. Losing him because of his contract situation, losing him without receiving a transfer fee also restricted what we could do. You know, to be honest with you, there was one boy, Seto at LCS, that we wanted to bring in, but we couldn't afford to pay a transfer fee for him. So that's the position we're in, you know, with budgets which also got cut slightly before the start of this season. It was difficult to bring in somebody who could just replace Maswabi as easily as that. We brought in one that looked quite good late on in pre-season. He came in the last couple of weeks, looked bright, brought him in on the very last day of the window, and he hasn't really hit the ground running for us, which is obviously disappointing. So yeah, I think we know that's the area. We've been in discussions for some time now about where can we look in January, but it's very difficult with limited financial resources that we have. To find a goal scorer that can replace Maswabi isn't easy. We talk every day. Bob knows there's not pressure from us. I know coaches will always put pressure on to do well, and when things aren't going well, it's natural for them to feel maybe under pressure a bit. But you know, what Bob knows he's got from us is time. We've brought him in here because he fits the long-term project that we have. When you look at the young players that we have, so to now turn around after 7 games and say now you're under pressure wouldn't be fair at all. So yeah, we're not panicking with the result. Although the result wasn't what we wanted at the weekend, the performance, I felt, you know, probably for the last 88 minutes after they took the lead, we were by far the better team, I felt. You know, we had a clear goal that wasn't given. The video's shown us probably was a decision that the assistant maybe will regret if he sees it. And that's, you know, when you look at things like that, the bad luck as well, it's you know, it's just unfortunate. But, you know, I think Bob's fully aware that we're not putting him under any real pressure, and, you know, he gets that message every day from us.
Yes, of course. Any win at this point will boost the morale. We need to prepare from today, prepare to win, like we've always done. We've always tried to prepare to win. Against Matlama, if the turnaround is against Matlama, then it will be far better for us. We'll keep on trying. We'll assess what we have done. We'll also look into a lot of factors. What is going wrong? Why are we not scoring goals? Why are we leaking goals? The technical team, what is it that we are not doing right? What are the players? But generally, I don't think we are this bad. And at the same time, is this the start that I was anticipating? No. But has this ever happened to me? Yes, it happened. Well, at think it was at Sandawana when we first came in. We went through bad results, but what was positive at the time, which is what I'm taking forward today, was that there was light at the end of the tunnel. We could always see what we were trying to build, what we were trying to do. And when the results came, we were good. I'm still hoping that, yes, Matlama will be the first one. It won't be easy, but let's see what happens.
I mean, refereeing decisions or match officials' mistakes, I think most teams suffer from that at some point or another. You always feel like you're the ones that it happens to the most. I think most teams probably feel that. I think the weekend was just disappointing. When you've been struggling for goals like we have, when you finally score one and you look on the video and you see how clear a goal it is, that for me is what's disappointing. I mean, you wonder why it was missed. But in terms of what we can do, I mean, there's not really anything we can do. I don't think it's one of those things. We put it down to it just being a mistake by the official. It happens in football. I think we just have to move on and accept that maybe we're going for a run of bad luck at the moment, and just hope that these things might even themselves out over the course of the season.
Of course, we are not scoring, so we still don't have two. We'll assess him tomorrow, today and tomorrow. Lefty is still not back, but at least we'll be welcoming Lepekola. And if you looked at our bench, it was thin. It didn't have many game changes, which is what I think also was making a lot of changes. So welcoming Lepekola is like getting a new player who had been injured for some time. Otherwise, it's still only two. Okay, Munne had a knock, but I think he'll recover over the weekend. So I think with the exception of Lefty and Olomu, whom we don't know where he is, everybody will be back this weekend.